And I just want to warn y'all that when y'all get on Twitter, be careful about following all the anybody that just says hip hop their thing. Because again, most of the time it's just going to be this person versus that person. What do you think is who's better? Um, Shouting out like artists or albums or songs that you think were dope. That's going to be another section. Posting random memes and stuff like that about today's popular rap celebrities and the drama that they're going through. That's going to be on there. But not a whole bunch of in-depth dope conversations about hip-hop. All right, so that's why I be, tweeting and posting mostly about politics. Because it's not a real thorough, like, you'll see stuff on there with like a lot of likes and stuff, like that's posted in the hip-hop genre. But it's going to be this person versus that person, or who would you like better, or this person had a dope song. And that's all well and good. But all right. But just to get back to it a little bit, I was scrolling through my Twitter feed, and these are some of the things that I saw, some of the interesting topics that I saw. Well, semi-interesting. As you see, it says here, posted by Easton Major. He said, 1996 was crazy. I'd argue that this, along with 95 and 88, was probably the best year for hip-hop. Now, I did capture this because if you look at these albums, there was a lot of dope albums that came out in 1996. I'm going to go back up to the top in a second. Let's see. Just real quick, as you see off there, Outkast, ATLiens, Machiavelli, which was Pac's second album of '96. His first one was All Eyes on Me. You see Nas there. It was written. Reasonable Doubt, Iron Man by Ghostface, Philadelphia Half-Life by The Roots came out in '96. Stakes is High came out in '96. Right? UGK wasn't one of my, it wasn't one of my. Buster had a dope album that came out that year. Redman, Muddy Waters, Tribe Called Quest. I believe that was like what the second, third album. Of course, Little Kim came out that year. Hardcore, one of the dopest, debuts for a female artist, being very, very hardcore, as we all know, right? Lauren, the Fugees came out that year with The Score, their first biggest album, right? Mobb Deep, Hell on Earth, and of course you got Helter Skelter came out with their joint Nocturnal, right? So there was a lot of dope albums in 1996, and I agree with that. But you could probably pick a lot of random years and pick the top albums from that year and be like, yo, there was a lot of dope albums this year. That was only like, what? Probably like 12 albums. Like now, there's like 50 artists. You know what I'm saying? So finding 12 good albums a year shouldn't be hard unless you reach the 2000s. And then it starts getting hard. I mean, for anybody that has any real hip hop taste, it starts getting hard to find dope albums. Like 12 of them out of 1 year. All right. But as we continue on, as you see, people start doing the comparison thing. They're saying Ghostface Killer discography versus Redman. They want to see that on the versus battle, I guess. That's their post about hip hop. Who do y'all think is better, Redman or Ghostface? I don't even know. And damn, let's go back to this. This is more of a celebrity drama, but not drama that was just shouting at Kanye West for no reason. That's why I said drama, because Kanye is involved in a lot of personal drama right now that people are taking note of. So that's another way for him to stay out there. But I also saw that people were talking about, so who's better, Ray and Ghost or Red and Meth? And then people started breaking it down. Well, on album wise, they're saying that, or song wise, they're saying that Ray and Ghost have better songs, but performance wise, they're saying that Red and Meth have a way better stage show than Ghost and Ray, right? And I understand those points, but I still think that song wise, it's debatable. Lyrically, or like the complexity or the intricacy of the lyrics, yeah, you're gonna go with Ghost and Ray. They have more intricate styles per se than Red and Meth as a duo, right? More intricate, but not necessarily better songs. Their songs aren't necessarily better just based on the intricacy of them. Again, Redman is, I think, right outside my top 20. He's probably like a number 11 or 12 up there, I think. So, Redman to me is one of the best MCs that hip hop has produced, right? And technically, like, and genre wise and impact wise, I would rate him a little higher than I would Ghostface. But the intricacy of the rhyme and the technique, I might side with Ghost on a personal preference level as far as like the technique. Preference wise, I still prefer Redman for like his whole catalog. I would, like if I had to say whose catalog could I never hear again, I would probably have to pick Ghost. Like I would want to hear Redman shit because he just has so many bangers. You know what I'm saying? He has just so many bangers that I enjoy. Just even from the backstories and stuff like that. And I got to keep the Jersey shit fresh. So you know what I'm saying? So that's why I would side with Red on that. Although Ghost does have some of my favorite songs that I listen to in hip hop. Some of my favorite songs. He has a couple of them. There's a couple of songs that are kind of some of my favorite songs. They're probably like in my top 20, top 50 songs ever in hip hop for me personally. One of them being Pokemon. So that's because I like Pokemon. That's a personal preference. Let's continue on. Some cats talk about his own music. There you go. You got a picture of Rakim, Smith and Wesson. Stop calling themselves Cocoa Brothers after having to not call themselves Cocoa Brothers. I mean, not call themselves Smith and Wesson. Then they changed the Cocoa Brothers. Now they're like the Smith and Wesson, and nobody cares anymore. All right, so that's. But here's somebody who I've had to reserve some harsh words for on Twitter when he was talking about politics. But on this particular instance, and when he's talking about hip hop stuff, I usually agree with him. That's R.A. the Rugged Man, who I also follow on Twitter. R.A. the Rugged Man said in response to another tweet, so he's quote tweeting this person, Emma Fitzsimmons, who quoted Mayor Eric Adams of New York, the new black mayor of New York. And he says he's going to hold a meeting with high-profile rappers to address drill rap music, a contributor to gun violence in New York City. The mayor said he asked his son about the music and he sent him some videos. So R.A. the Rugged Man took that tweet and quote tweeted it and said this. He said, LOL, they're still doing this, blaming rap music. And when they're not blaming music, they blame video games or movies. Hip hop is huge worldwide. All over the globe, countless cities, towns love hip hop, and there are no gun problems. Maybe fix your city/country instead of blaming art. Now he could have right there said specifically fix your gun problem, because that's what we're talking about right now, a gun problem. And that's the distinction that he made. Because in those other countries, you don't have a gun problem because the proliferation of guns is not like it is in America. So I understand what R.A. the Rugged Man is saying, and I kind of agree with him that it's not necessarily the rap music or the movies or the video games that's making people violent and killing people with guns. It's the accessibility of guns. because those same people aren't going out trying to strangle somebody or poison people or do it in any other means. That's going to be harder than just taking a gun over there and shooting somebody. They ain't trying to beat somebody to death. They're not trying to, come up with, crazy schemes like that, because it's not a problem of the violent act per se. It's the problem of the gun. The accessibility of the gun is making these violent acts more prevalent. Because if there was no gun in a lot of these situations, you wouldn't have any act at all. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no such thing as a drive-by beating. You understand? Like when you go to fight somebody, you're gonna go to fight them, and it's gonna take however long it takes. You can't just drive by and beat somebody up and keep driving. It's not how it works. Yeah. So I definitely agree with that. And sometimes when people talking about hip hop related topics, then you can kind of, judge their tweets a little bit better and have more respect for them at the end of the day, because they're not talking about politics. All right. But as I think we moved on from here, more random posts about nothing. I don't like this person is shouting out this 3-album run by Isaiah Rashad is peak. Now, of course, the reason why that came out was because this artist, Isaiah Rashad, who I have no idea who the guy was. Like, I have no idea. He's a new artist. It's on TDE, which is the same label as Kendrick Lamar. But, there was a salacious video put out about him. Well, not put out about him, because I guess he was recording it, but whoever got the phone recording of it put it out. I don't know if some people are saying he put it out himself. You know what I mean? To help promote his album somehow. I don't know. But, it caught him in a sexual act. It was probably like 3 sexual acts part of the video last week that was put out. I think Nelly was in one of them, and some other guy I never heard of. The Viz or somebody I never heard of. Like a lot of these young rappers that don't really talk about any kind of grown-up topics or anything of substance, I couldn't care less what the fuck they talk about. Okay? Show me somebody that's saying something relatable, and I'll dig it. I'll check it out. But I'm not going out my way to check out I didn't heard enough rappers in my day. Like over the course of my life, I've heard enough nobody-ass rappers talking about nothing. Okay? So I'm not trying to fill my head with a bunch of more nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, people randomly saying words that don't really mean shit. You know what I'm saying? We're not. Y'all can listen to that shit. That's for the young people. And we're going to talk about that more in depth when I get pulled together some more topics. But the record business is all a scam. The whole thing. The whole record industry is a scam, and we're going to talk about that next time. Right? I'm not going to get into it right now. I touched on it a little bit before. It's part of my argument. But if you didn't see the last live video, it's on there. But the whole record industry is a scam. And we're going to break that down. We'll break it down in the next video. Right? But this guy, Isaiah Rashad, was caught doing something sexual out there. People gave him support. Well, it came out. Some people were saying he might have put it out himself. And then lastly, speaking of artists who I don't normally give a shit what they're talking about, you know what I'm saying? We have the Baby. Okay. So the Baby also has been affected by this so-called cancel culture, which is not. It's just culture. It's no such thing as cancel culture, right? It's just culture. If people don't like you saying some shit and they have like their opinions about what you said, that's what it is. Don't be mad. You get to say what you want to say. They get to say what they want to say. And if they want to say that you're a piece of shit and people shouldn't listen to you, that's their opinion. Just like you had the opinion and the independence to be able to say whatever you said that pissed me off. Okay? It's just like, you know what I'm saying? People say stuff, there's repercussions. Okay. So the Baby, who Normally, I don't care to say about anything. I'm not big on his style of rapping. His type of rapping is not really doesn't do anything for me. But I did end up actually listening to this just to see, you know, because people was like, "Oh, he killed this beat, blah, 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 he killed it, da da da." And I will say this: he was better than I thought. Like, not that I thought, but he was better than he was on his last records that I heard from him. Like on the record that I heard from him, it's just so average to me. It's just so basic. You know what I'm saying? This shit is so basic as fuck. You know what I'm saying? But this one was better. It's still in the category of basic when it comes to his concepts and his ideas of what's dope telling a story. Because he's just saying the same shit that everybody already said. Saying, but the skill level in this particular rhyme and this particular, it wasn't a freestyle, it was a written rhyme. Obviously, you know, it's, you know what I'm saying? But um, most people can't. That's not nothing against him. Most people can't freestyle like the way he's rhyming in this rap. It's definitely written. He's rhyming fast. Sometimes people try to rap real fast to confuse the fact that they're not really saying nothing. You know what I'm saying? And he was doing a little bit of that. He was doing a little bit of that. But outside of that, he was saying a few little cool little catchphrases and cool little metaphors and little punchlines and stuff he did have in there. And it was better than all the other stuff that I've heard. Let's put it like that. Which isn't hard, you know what I'm saying? But it was like, he's not your lowest tier rapper. The baby is not your lowest tier rapper. He's better than a lot of those things, probably. Although people say his stuff is repetitive, I wouldn't know because I don't. You know what I'm saying? But on this particular freestyle, he did go in a little. I mean, not the best thing you ever heard in your life, nothing like that. It just will surprise you coming from him. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure most of his fans was surprised by this because they probably never heard of going like this. But I can't play it because it's got a copyright on it. I'm not playing that shit. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all want to go check it out. Check it out. The baby freestyle over somebody's shit. I don't know who it was. What was it? Did I go back to it? I know I played it.
Give it back to the streets.
Hold on. Well, calm down, the baby. Calm down, the baby. Floats over Gunna's pushing P. So over Gunna's beat for pushing P. So y'all can look that up. Y'all can find him doing his thing a little bit. You know what I mean? It was impressive for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was impressive to me coming from him. You know what I'm saying? I've heard way better MCs than him. I was in a room with them. You know what I'm saying? That's cannabis and DMX right there. All right. I was in a room listening to people like that. Like, I've been on tour with Slick Rick and KRS. I've seen real MCs freestyle. You know, I've been to end of the week. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the baby's not nowhere near that class of people. But he was good on this particular freestyle right here from Power Whatever radio station. Okay? But anyway, it's been about an hour. That's all I wanted to do. I wanted to check in with you guys, get those stories out of the way so we can move on to some new stuff for next week. All right. Hopefully we'll be on live this weekend with G-Hop. So check for the announcement and the notification for that. But until the next time, man, y'all be safe, stay out of trouble, make sure you register to vote so dumb people don't pick your candidates and the people that lord over you. Make sure you participate in our political structure as you go through life. Use discernment. Don't be caught by no misinformation and hoodwinked. You know what I mean? Use your sanity checks wisely out there. Make sure you check yourself before you wreck yourself. Okay? Try to put good out of the world because no matter what you do, people still gonna pick up bad shit from you. All right. So you might as well try to put out as much good as you can because some of it's still gonna be fucked up. Okay. Till the next time, man. Y'all be safe. All right. Peace.